Welcome back everyone to another edition of Figures from the Attic. Today we're back, and today we're doing a bootleg action figure review. Yes, you heard me right. This I found on Amazon, if you can believe that. It's Arena Showdown Super, and it's quite definitely a bootleg wrestling action figure. As you can see, it comes with everything that you can possibly need to start a fig fed or a collection. You've got a bunch of action figures in there. They're kind of micro, kind of reminds me of the micro aggression from back in the Ruthless Aggression Jax days. But you've got a few micro action figures. You've got a cage. You have like an emergency first aid bed, like a stretcher. A bunch of weapons like tables and chairs, and of course a six-sided ring, taking you back to the TNA days. But the packaging is just absolutely hilarious. I mean, you get, let's see, on the top it's got Ultimate Wrestling with kind of a championship belt. On the back, it has a lineup of, I guess, all the figures that are included in this, if you can see right there. I'm not sure, copyright purposes, how this is on Amazon, because all of these figures are very clearly inspired by WWE. I'll show you, once I open up the packaging, if the figures inside actually match what's here. But I mean, just looking at this, you've got Mr. Kennedy, Shawn Michaels, Finley, Great Khali, Matt Hardy, Undertaker, I think that's Triple H, John Cena, Batista, Randy Orton, Jeff Hardy, and Kane. I mean, that to me is just, I don't know how these companies get away with it. Creative license, I guess. But I saw this and I had to pick it up. It wasn't expensive. I think it was like 20 bucks for this whole set. But enough talking. Let's get out the handy dandy Swiss Army knife and open up this bad boy. Let's see. So I actually have another set from a couple of years ago of more bootleg action figures. I bought them on Amazon again. I guess all this stuff comes from China. The different third-party sellers that are on there, they kind of get away with what they want to get away with. And again, that's fine with me because I reap the benefits. If not for nothing else, just the hilarity of what these guys look like. But let's open this up. As you can see, it actually comes pretty nicely packaged. Everything is kind of contained inside the six-sided ring. And of course, you have the steel cage, the 6 sides of steel. So let's see. Oh, okay, I see. Oh, that's a lot of accessories there. Everything's kind of falling out. Let's get these ring ropes. They even give you an extra set of ring ropes. That's pretty generous of them. I can see one ring rope already kind of fell off. But you get all the action figures kind of in a, this kind of reminds me of those like dollar store big sleeves of like dollar lollipops that you can find, where it's just like a big sleeve and they each have like a little popsicle. It kind of reminds me of like lollipop action figures. Look at that. And it looks like, no, the figures on here don't quite match the figures that I just showed you in the packaging, but you can still tell that a lot of these are inspired by WWE guys. For example, here we have obviously the Great Khali, or the not so great Khali. No articulation, by the way, on these. Just one big solid hunk of plastic, or not big, pretty small actually. This to me looks kind of like Randy Orton. I don't know if you guys can see that. Yeah, no articulation. I thought maybe he had like a shoulder cut in there, but no. We have what I think is Matt Hardy. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he has kind of like the green pants that he's worn a few times, the green arm sleeves, and a very badly receding haircut. Matt Hardy doesn't have the receding haircut, but this guy definitely does. That's pretty hilarious. The paint job obviously on these is super sloppy. Let's see, you also get, of course, Rey Mysterio in blue with kind of a half mask. The mask doesn't quite make it all the way down his head. That's pretty funny. You get Finley, the man who loves to fight, with the green singlet and the kind of whitish platinum blonde hair. This, I have no idea who this is or who this is supposed to be, but the paint job is especially bad on the hair. He kind of looks like he could be a member of maybe Team Canada with the white and red designed attire. Actually, look, they actually gave him white boots with red shoelaces. That's a decent attention to detail there. Okay, so that's it for that sleeve. And then on this one, we have a few more. This looks like it might be inspired by Shawn Michaels. He's got the chaps and of course the long hair. I think that's a Shawn Michaels inspired one. Looks kind of similar to the guy I just showed you. He's actually, if you want to make a fig fit out of these, that could be a tag team right there. You've got this guy who I have no idea what this would be. He's kind of got a bald head and dark blue tights, dark blue wristbands, and dark blue elbow pads. And he has a very thick, solid neck. Look at that. Looks like a linebacker. This, I believe, is Mr. Kennedy, at least again inspired by Mr. Kennedy. This is probably the best one yet. It's got the most even paint job, and it has the silver trunks, silver boots. He's holding up his arm like he's going to grab the microphone to announce his name. So that's definitely Mr. Kennedy. Oh, look at this. The legend himself, John Cena. Comparatively speaking, another decent paint application, you know, compared to all the other ones. The Undertaker, of course. Oh my goodness. Look at that tank top. He almost looks like Ludwig Borga. If you're familiar with wrestlers from the mid-90s, he kind of had like an X-style singlet, which the paint application on this kind of resembles that just on first glance. And this looks like it might be inspired by Ultimate Warrior. What do you guys think? He's got the long flowing blonde hair, he's all jacked, mouth is open, screaming to the heavens. But there you have those guys. And then let's see the ring. Here you have the six-sided ring. Almost looks like kind of like a Mexican. Before I said TNA, but I know in Mexico they use the six-sided ring as well. And the multicolored ropes, you have blue, yellow, red. It kind of reminds me more of Mexico than TNA. But in the middle of the ring, you've got a sticker. It says King Superpower. Look at that. King Superpower. I'm not sure if you can make that out. On the apron, you do have multiple stickers. Let's see. One just says Smack, and it has kind of an Evil Dead skeleton or zombie. And then one says Super Top Speed Force, whatever that means. And then the others just kind of repeat. You even get steel steps to walk up to the ring. And of course you do get the ropes. Let's see, you get a steel barricade, you get a shopping cart, you get extra turnbuckles, extra ropes, you get a breakaway table. Let's see this breakaway table. We'll kind of piece it together, and I'm assuming it's kind of similar to the WWE style ones that break in the middle, and it has pegs down here at the bottom. I'm assuming that's where the legs go. Let's see if I can find these easily. No, but that's fine. You also get a ladder. I mean, if not for nothing else, they definitely have you covered in all the accessories. I'm not sure how the ladder exactly goes together. It kind of just gives you two pieces, and you can't really attach them, can you? No. Maybe it's just a ladder for show. And then in here you have other stuff. Let's see, you have a steel chair, garbage can, a red championship belt, a barbed wire bat, two barbed wire bats, a fire extinguisher, a kitchen sink. They literally have the kitchen sink right up here. Everything, including the kitchen sink. And here is the 6 sides of steel that I was talking about, the steel cage. Let's see, there's quite a bit of tape on this. Let's see if I can just open this up. Yeah, there we go. All right. Oh, that fell down. So I guess it comes in 3s. So there's 3 pieces together there, and there are 3 pieces together here. And if I'm looking at this cage correctly, there's actually little holes down by the turnbuckle that I guess these would go into. Do they fit? They do fit, but barely. Let's see. Can I get this in? Oh boy. Yeah, I mean, if I take my time and kind of finagle this in, I can kind of see. Maybe this goes to the, oh, here we go. There we go. Oh, yeah, it goes right in there. Okay, and then you get the other side. And the easier way to do this is to slide the corner through the turnbuckle. Kind of just learning on the fly here. There we go. Pop those in. Just like that. So there is your 6 sides of steel cage. It's not on there perfectly, but you get the gist. Of course, the ring ropes keep falling off. Okay, I'm not going to mess around with that anymore. But that's bootleg action figures for you. I mean, if you're, I guess, maybe a little kid or you have a son or a daughter, honestly, I probably wouldn't give this to them. They are very tiny, and who knows what kind of chemicals are in this packaging, what kind of fumes I'm ingesting right now. I'm not sure where this thing came from, but I thought it was funny, and I had to buy it just to show you guys. But this is what bootleg wrestling action figures look like. Is it worth the price? Probably not. Is it a nice novelty? Yeah, it's a nice novelty, something funny just to have in the collection. Will I display this prominently? Probably not. As far as a score, I mean, obviously, let's see. It's not good. It's not good. It's downright bad. But that's what to be expected. It's not like I spent a ton of money expecting a quality product and then I was disappointed. I got exactly what I was expecting to receive. But as a score, I mean, this is a 2 out of 10. You know, probably the worst thing I've reviewed so far on this channel. Probably the worst thing I'll ever review on this channel, to be honest with you. But 2 out of 10. I appreciate you guys sticking around and watching, and stay tuned for more.